Spin selling is a B2B sales book. It's enterprise selling. So that's something to understand, because consumers tend to need pain pushed and business people tend to need to see value, right? However, if I was going to put it in order, I would say value first, then pain. The problem with talking about pain first is it just doesn't connect with what the person wants initially. What I want initially, if I'm going to buy from is going to be, I want a 6-pack, right? The pain that I have, right? So if you tell me this is how you get the 6-pack, this is what we're going to do for you, I'm going to show you all the value that you need up front. And then the person is like, sounds interesting, something I can definitely think about. Then I can go on to the pain afterwards. That's what I would do. And I'll say, hold on. Before you want to think about, why do you want to get a 6-pack in the first place? You know? The fact that you don't have a 6-pack, how does that affect you right now? Just let me understand the situation. I would rather go to pain. This is a preference, but it's always worked for me. Because the problem with going for pain too fast is, the way I look at it is you're having a mature discussion with someone with value. And then when they want to be immature about wasting my time, I'm going to be immature with them and ask them some immature questions. Because I look at pain questions as very immature. Like, if I have to ask you how this is going to benefit you, you know, how this is going to change your life. Like, if anyone asks me that question, like, for me, it's a very immature question because I'm a grown fucking man. I'm a grown man. I'm successful to my own degree. I've done, I understand the topic, having a sales discussion. So if anybody brings up pain to me, that's why I said experience versus inexperience. But if I was going to put it on a tier list, give the value first. Okay, take them seriously because they're acting serious. Until they're not treating the conversation serious anymore, then I would go to pain afterwards. The reason I say the driving and the motivations and the factors is, someone who like what their motivations is most of the time. Like, I've seen plenty of this kind of issue with many salespeople who are asking about motivations and stuff. I'm like, bro, you know what the fucking motivation is, bro. Why are you asking him something that you don't need to know? You don't need to know what the motivation is, So that's so for example, you guys ever heard that question? Hey, how is this going to change your life? It's a corny ass question, man. That's corny as fuck, bro. Like, it doesn't provide you with any value. It treats the person like they're 5 years old. And honestly, it's a very disrespectful question. But if someone wants to disrespect me, be immature with me, I might ask them that question afterwards. Because clearly you have something that you need, you don't want to buy it. So now I'm going to have to treat you like a kid and ask you something that is actually going to, because clearly you need to have a childlike conversation in order to make a decision. That's the way I look at it, because maybe I'm a little bit mature about the situation, but some people are immature. But just going back to the beginning of this, let me just give you a different perspective. If someone's an inexperienced buyer, typically you would have to ask them those questions, yes. If they're inexperienced, maybe I'll put pain first and then value second. But if they're experienced, I put value first and I put pain second. Never bought a course before, never spent any money on themselves before, don't even understand the concept of investing in themselves. I might have to press on that pain a little bit more, because that's what they respond to. They don't respond to what they get. But then someone who's bought courses before, they just want to know what's in the course, man. They just want to know what they're going to get out of it, right? So yeah, that's my answer. But feel the person out and be willing to be very fluid in a sale. Be very fluid.